Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Now then, folks, let's not lose our heads. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a good week thus far. 2 more days and it's the weekend. 2 more days and we can get another Sean Longstaff bid rejected. I suppose that's the big news to take out today. Just sort of got to settle ourselves down a little bit. It's been a mad week so far. It's been crazy week so far, to be fair. Loads of stuff happening. Signing of obviously Gabriel Goodmunson. Sam Byram re-signing with the club yesterday. Happy news for me. Big news for me, not big news in general, I don't think. But yeah, big news today. Obviously, Sean Longstaff, 3rd bid rejected by Newcastle. I'm not going to lose my head with this one. It comes down to the club wanting more money, the club being happy with Longstaff there for another year. There's not much we can do. You know, we've agreed the deal with Longstaff and, you know, the player wants to move. Hopefully it can happen. But what I will state is I ain't going to lose my head. I've just watched one of Joe's early videos on his live now. I've just messaged him saying it's funny seeing him lose his head a little bit. He's really lost his head. He keeps saying he's not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but he keeps on throwing the baby out with that bathwater. There's no need to lose head over this for me. We've made 4 signings. 4 signings, you know, and what we want 9th of July, 7 weeks left at window. 4 signings, renewed a contract in that. Lost Firpo, brought someone in hopefully who's better than Firpo, we'll have to see. Solomon's the only big miss, really. You know, we're looking at Sunderland a lot. The Sadiki stuff's come out today, which we'll touch on. Opening up about turning down Leeds, which not nice to hear, I suppose. But again, it happens. But looking at Sunderland squad, they're pumping money into it. They're buying players that would excite us if we were buying them. So there's no, you know, we can't hide away from that fact. Can't shy away from that. They're performing well in this window, probably above us. But what I'll say is, and I've said from day one, really, with Sunderland, they had more work to do from the off anyway. So again, I mean, even I've just seen on Joe's earlier video as well, saying that there's an argument now that Sunderland, you know, have got a better squad than Leeds or getting to that point. And I thought that were wild. If I'm honest, I thought that were wild by Joe. It's normally me coming out with these sort of stuff when I have my little matty meltdowns, but there's no meltdown coming from me at the minute. Absolutely no meltdown. I think if you melt down because we haven't signed Sean Longstaff, you've got problems, because as much as I rate Sean Longstaff, I aren't going to cry about it. It's a steady sign. It's a good signing. It makes sense signing. It's not a lose your head if you don't get him signing. You know, no way. You know, when we were linked with Yacobiol and we're hoping to push that one through, if we wouldn't have got Yacobiol after being linked with him so long, I'd have understood a meltdown there. You know, a deal for a goalkeeper, some of these keepers we've been linked with. If we end up getting a subpar goalkeeper, I'll understand a bit of a meltdown there when we've been linked with some really good ones. You know, I think that petty doesn't happen now with Leon staying in Ligo. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in next few days, I suppose, because a lot's happened this week. Is he going to die a death now and die down and sort of start again next week? I'm not too sure, but it just feels like it's been a manic few days, an absolute manic few days. And yeah, I think that the news that Longstaff has been sort of denied his move has shocked me. I mean, another Joe Blackburn announced earlier, didn't he, that on a video that we'd signed him, but I thought it were quite funny. And if you're watching Joe, yeah, but it's one of them we all believed he's signed. We'd all believed he'd signed for Leeds. To what we'd read, nothing concrete from club, but that normally comes right at the end. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of nods to say deals done before Leeds obviously announced it to us. So We even see him in training videos potentially, or in change room, don't we? We'll be shoulders of road on as it going past before Leeds even announce it. So I understand the formalities there, but yeah, for it to get rejected, I'm a little bit disappointed. But like I say, it's not the end of the world, and I do think, and bearing in mind I'm a Longstaff fan, I do think going any higher is getting into the territory of being too much money, and I ain't going to be. Yeah, I can't be a hypocrite and say Sunderland have overpaid for players and then be okay with us pushing that ball out Longstaff. You know, if I'm honest, if you'd have said to me 3 or 4 days ago, we'd bid 15 million for Longstaff and maybe get him, I wouldn't have said that we're overpaying. Looking at, you know, if it were 13 plus 2, is 15 overpaying? I don't know if it's stretched just too far. That I think that's not a ridiculous deal, but I don't want us to go 15. I think 10 plus 2 is a little bit low, but yeah, I don't think we should be getting sort of pushed and bullied into sort of signings and amounts of money that we ain't comfortable paying. And you know, it's not nice to hear other sides like Sunderland who we, you know, we're in direct rival, aren't we? We're a direct rival last season for promotion. They're a direct rival this season for staying in the division. And we don't like rubbing shoulders with Sunderland. We think we're higher than that, but currently we are rubbing shoulders with Sunderland. They're doing the better business. But like I say, in certain areas, to be fair, they're doing better business. If you look at Sunderland's defence, I would say our defence is 10 times better than Sunderland's defence. There's an opportunity. There's a chance that Luke O'Nien starts at centre half. A chance. That's scandalous. You know. Yeah, like Trey Hume, Sirkin on the left might be going to Tottenham. Potentially for 20 million quid. So they've got a lot of work to do in other areas. You know, striker as well at the minute. They've got some great young talent, Mayenda and Isidore. They've got the winger sorted. They've got the centre mid sorted. But there's a lot of work still to do for Sunderland. So, like I say, I'm definitely not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's fair to say. But let's get into some comments because I've waffled on for too long already, I think. Says, I know Joe's live at the same time, which he tends to be doing a lot now at 10 o'clock. So, yeah, I've sort of swerved it for a few days, but this is what I like to do. I like to come in here at 10 o'clock. I like to waffle on, bring your comments up and have a chat. So I understand they're going to be nowhere near the normal numbers because Joe occupies the space when he chooses. Fair play. But thank you for everyone. There's 37 in here now, which is great. Thank you for everyone who's watching me. I really, really appreciate it. Tickle those likes for Matty. Cheers, Top Banana, mate. You're a star. Thanks for being here, Tesla, as always. We love you, Matty. Cheers, Sean. Sadiki turning us down, maybe because Sunderland have tripled it. Yeah, but you know what it is, Top Banana? We'd have tripled his wages. That ain't an issue for me. You know, it was on, I think it was about 10 grand a week, you know. 10, 15 grand a week? I'm sure it works small like that. You know, we'd have tripled his wages. I don't think that was the problem. You know, it's hard to say. We'll get into Sadiki stuff anyway soon. Evening, Adam. How you doing, buddy? I left him, me old buddy. What an intro. Yeah, cheers, mate. We are here. Howdy all. Hey up, Michael. Got thanks for being here. Hey up, Brookie, mate. Hope you're doing well, pal. Lose our heads. Leeds fans lose. They never lose our heads. No, never. Don't panic, Matty. Yeah, no, I ain't panicking. You're up against just Joe and I might just go live. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. It's like it is 10 o'clock slots now, isn't it? It's going to be a bit of a problem for me, but it is what it is. We carry on, don't we? We muddle through. Do me. That's all I can do. We spent 30 million. Short arms, long pockets. 30 million well spent, I'd say so far, though, mate. It's gone quite far. Smash a like and subscribe to our Matty. Really helps the channel. Thanks, Jamie. You're an absolute legend. The signings aren't great, says John. Hey up, Jamie. Skip, hey up, buddy. It's frustrating. We still haven't got a goalkeeper at 9-10. We still have many players who shouldn't be here. Many fans are excited about 4 players we've signed, and 3 of them are benches. Underwhelming so far. Yeah, I don't know who the 3 are in terms of benches. I think 2 of them are. I think Nemecha and Bornau are bench options. I think Jacobiel, mate, and Goodmanson will start. Surely you think that too, buddy. I don't know if you've seriously mean 3 on bench. I think Goodmanson's a starter, obviously, and so is Jacobiel. The goalkeeper, I aren't sure if we're going to go get an out 10. I don't know if you saw yesterday a video. Adam did it. Adam's going to do a bit more on the channel as well from Leyland Leeds. He did a bit of a video on maybe changing formation to a 4-3-3. I've said this a few times as well, Skip. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they'll go get a 10 and maybe still play 4-3-3 from time to time, but it'd be nice to have that flair 10, that player who can, you know, unlock a defence, like I've said many times on here. But I do think they're trying to thicken out the squad with international players, proven players in top divisions outside the Premier League, and then whatever money's left, maybe pump that into one or two key areas, which is maybe the goalkeeper and the striker. I see them two being potentially the big money signings. The goalkeeper, I would suspect it's going to be, if it is the big Serbian, which I hope it is, Savic, maybe that might be the 21 million quoted release clause. A striker, we want Muniz from Fulham. We've been no bones about that. That would be upwards of 30 million plus, wouldn't it? Even though they want, I think, 50, it's ridiculous. Like, I think them two will be the big signings, but at the minute, we spent 30 million and brought in, 4 players? I don't think you can argue with that. It's thickening out the squad. Last time we were in the Premier League, we had Adam Forshaw as cover in midfield. We had kids. We had Stuart McKinstry on bench. And I don't get me wrong, that were way wrong. That should have never been a thing, but it was. That wasn't too long ago. We didn't have any sort of quality on that bench where we are thickening out the squad. It's not the signings. It's not the shiny new toys everybody wanted. But it's been quite rare that come the first day of pre-season at Thorp Arch, we've got 4 new players indoor. And 4 new players who aren't just there to make the numbers up. We may look at them and go, there's 2 starters there and 2 bench options, and we're entitled to his opinion. Everybody is. Some people may look there and say, none of them are fit to start. You all have your own opinion. But they've all got decent calibre of these players. They've all played international football. And I said this yesterday on Only Fools and SAFC. With my mate Wayne, when we were chatting about Sunderland and Leeds, we've signed players who have played international football. The majority of them have played Champions League football. That is high caliber players. And if 2 of them players are coming to fill bench, great, because you need a bench too. It's not just about your 11. And we haven't not had a bench for a long time. And Farke hasn't trusted his bench for 2 years. We've seen him. So maybe Sunderland doing it right way. Go out there and buy all the key ingredients. Spend your 150 million, whatever it is. Go get those players, that you really want, and then thicken it out with what's left. Maybe that's the way. We won't know. But I think, to suggest Sunderland are a potentially better squad than us now. They bought some talented players. They have that winger they bought today. Great player again. But I still think we had miles better than last season. 24 points better, says that. So I aren't going to lose my head over this. Plenty of time to do business. Plenty of time. When we all got told we had 100 to 150 million to spend. That's what we got told, roughly. Somewhere in that region, yeah. If you're not shrewd with 3, 4, 5 of those signings, that money's gone in 4 players, and we need 7 or 8. So we've got 4 for 30 million quid. Maybe that leaves another 100 million for the next 3 players. Potentially. What we're led to believe, maybe we've got another 100 million to play with. 4 players in, maybe 3 more to go. Striker, 10, left wing. Goalkeeper, sorry. So I reckon there's 4 more coming. And maybe a few more depth options. I'll be honest, if Byram's second choice left back and right back, I'll be worried. Is Schmidt? I don't know. After listening to his agent last week, I think Schmidt wants to go play football. He ain't going to play enough minutes at Leeds in World Cup year for me. So that'll be interesting too. But there's probably at least 4, still to come in. And there's potentially 100 million left. So maybe that's where there's 25 million pound players come from. But it's not all about the fee. But we've got 4 players in. So, yeah, I understand the frustration, especially when people around us seem to be bringing in their high quality caliber of player that they're really wanting. But yeah, I honestly, I can only give you my opinion. I'm not stressed. Adam says we have lots and lots to do and need to get a couple of 25. Yeah, and they will come, Adam. I'm pretty sure we all agree they will come. Surely. There's absolutely no way we won't sign a player for 25 plus. We know we link with Muniz. We know that. We know the keeper could potentially be a high fee. Potentially that left wing spot or that 10 spot could be a high fee too. I don't see us only shopping in that 10 to 15 million bracket for the next 3 or 4 signings we get. I just don't see it. I just think we've done it. I think we've done it sensibly. Some will say on a budget, some will say on a shoestring, and you're entitled to your opinion. And it's hard to argue against that when you see the fees we've paid. But I'd say it's smart business at the minute. Top man, now we've just got to trust the club. It's all we can do, of course, mate. And they've given us no reason not to. Give us no reason not to. Hey up, Harvey. As a Mackham, that Adingra is some signing, like proven in the Prem as well, with a year left in his deal. We thought him at celebrate. Yeah, you've got him a great price, great player, great price, high ceiling, great potential, really good player. A player that we'd have at Leeds. Wing spot isn't somewhere I'm stressing with at the minute. I think James, Nonto, and Ramazani are great players. Like any one of them could start for Leeds on either side. So it don't really stress me out, to be fair. We do need another one. Unless they're going to play Aronson out wide, but that'd be, yeah, I do think we need another one, but it doesn't need to be a massive signing for me, that left wing spot. We can bring maybe a young loan player in, maybe a player behind it on the one left on a Ramazani, but we'll see. But again, great bit of business by you. What I'm liking about Sunderland's business is that identifying a target and they're just going and getting it done. You know, it's mad. It's like every day you've signed another 20+ million pound player, you know, 21-year-old, decent, you know, either Prem quality like that one, or, you know, you're getting Sadiki, who's won a title over in Belgium. You're getting Diarra, not proven, no, but captain Strasbourg, you know, at 20-odd year, 21 as well, playing international player for Senegal. So you're doing your business, you know, well. You're seeing someone, you're identifying them, you're going for it, and you're just going all out till you get them. And I can't argue with that. It's great business. The proof will be in the pudding. Are you doing enough to survive? Right now, you'd have to say you are. What more could Sunderland do other than what they're doing? So fair play. But what I will say is we're in competition with a lot more teams than Sunderland, you know. A lot more teams. It's not just Sunderland. It's not just Burnley. There's 20 of us in there. So as much as we're getting sort of like hoodwinked into like a bit of a back and forth with Sunderland with the transfer dealings, and a lot of our players we're linked with, you're linked with, and vice versa, because we're fishing in that same pond, aren't we? But ultimately, we're doing business a little bit different at the minute. But come, you know, 3 or 4 weeks into the season, whenever that window closes, I fully expect Leeds United to have a side competitive enough and physical enough to remain in the Premier League. And we'll have to see. We'll have to see about you guys too. They stated 12 million, didn't they? They're just trying it on. Yeah, well, if I'm honest, right, I don't think they need money. Newcastle don't need money. He's a homegrown player. We know Eddie Howe loves him. Eddie Howe's a massive admirer of Longstaff. He wants to move so they get money for him, so he don't leave on a free. He wants to move to get minutes in his legs. You know, he didn't play enough minutes, 700 and something minutes last season. Hence why his goals and assists weren't very high. A lot of them coming off a bench, game state and all that, you know, coming on to see a game out as opposed to going trying to win a game. But when you bring in Longstaff on, he's not that kind of player really who's going to go get you a goal. He's more, you know, put him in there and tick over if you've got a narrow lead. So I sort of understand why his stats aren't great. But again, decent caliber to play for a promoted side. But you know, for depth, for Newcastle, they know what they've got. You know, he's well in their system. He understands everything. He's a Newcastle lad, so there's no rush for them to sell him really. 10, 12 million. If he went on a free next season, but he's a valuable squad member this season, is 10 or 12 million that much of a big deal? I had to Sean it is, if I'm honest. I know it sounds daft, 12 million down pan, but there's every chance he might, you know, sign on another year or two. You don't know. So I look at it and I don't really see why they'd rush a deal. It's Newcastle. They've got money in buckets. You know, it's not going to affect the PSR or all like that. They're in a good spot. Eddie Howe likes him, and maybe that's enough to keep him. And it's a shame if we can't get him over the line for that money, but we can't be held to ransom. We can't. Some good sources on Wacko, reckon Longstaff. Yeah, I'd seen that too. I'd seen that hairy crackling. Liam had said that they're still highly likely we get him. And it is, let's be fair, if they're wanting $1 million or two more, maybe Leeds go back with that bid. Maybe they do. Yeah, I agree, Lucas. Like anything in life, innit, you have a cut-off point what you're willing to pay. And Leeds are no mugs. And if they've identified Longstaff as, you know, a decent squad option, even a starting player, whatever they see fit for him, they'll have a price in mind. And we've said we won't go back in. We'll see. They've tested the resolve now of Newcastle. Will Leeds go again with a fourth bid? We've said we won't. It'll be interesting to see. Because how far off are we? I mean, you said 15 there. Have we actually seen anywhere where it said 15's enough? You know, is that enough? Will they turn 15 down? You'd think not. I'd be surprised if we ended the window having not spent 100. Yeah, I'm saying, mate. Like I say, on that basis, mate, it's only 90 million to spend, isn't there? another 90 million to spend on maybe 3/4 players. So there's your 20+ million pound players coming in. Some exciting signings to come for me. Getting your meat and potatoes done now, building that squad, and then yeah, we go again with some top talent, hopefully. Michael got December 27th, March 4th, Sunderland away, then home. Mark these games for a big grudge match. Yeah, it is, to be fair. It is. I'm looking forward to them. It's something I'm marked on my calendar, mate. I'm not too bothered, but I hope the showbiz signings are in the way. Yeah, there will be, mate. They'll come. So we've got a decent squad already for a newly promoted team. We went up in a better state than Sunderland and better than Burnley. 100 points don't get done very often. You know, the gap, 24 points from us to Sunderland, were massive. It's got a lot of work to do too. We know that. I said we need 7 or 8 as well. That spine needs a lot of work. You know, we would go straight back down without making signings. But we've seen a lot worse sides go up to Premier League and, you know, potentially even stay up. You know, your tactics, your manager, the way you conduct yourself, that can all age you, even if your side isn't that good. We've seen poor sides stay up. You know, Sheffield United went up under Wilder that first time when it finished 10th. I'd say this side's better than Wilder's side when he went up with Sheffield United. But we finished 10th. Not a cat and else chance. Even with 120 million spent that they didn't spend. We ain't going to finish that high. That's just down to manager. Do you trust the manager can do it? I do. Not 10th, by the way. But I trust the manager and the pro. I trust the whole process that will be fine. Because I ain't aiming too high. I'm not 17th. Shake your hand on it now, we're done. Which will be shite most weeks. We get beat most weeks. We finish 17th, you know. But we take it and then we build. And then after that, we see don't we spark it right amount of pushes higher than that. Maybe not. We'll have to see. But I aren't shooting for stars here. You know, I'd like to, but I'm really realistic that we will be good enough to be 2 or 3 places at most above relegation, which is all we have to be. Tickle those likes for our main Matty. Cheers, top one on, mate. Jack Harrison, our saviour, says Priestley. Us and Sunderland staying up. I would love that, Lucas. I can't lie. I would love that. The club seem to think we can get every player on the cheap. We'll have to pay over the odds in certain sides. I want the quality. Yeah, I agree, Skip. Again, quality and the financial structure for a player isn't always in line. You know, Tanaka, there's been loads of people. I always say Tanaka every stream now. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be big money for a player, but you do have to bring in a couple of big money signings too. Just to show that intent as well to the fans, to the Premier League. Show that, you know, at the minute, I'll be honest with you. Even though I'm quite cool on it, Skip, I feel like the club to the masses are slightly embarrassed at the minute. I feel like we've been a little bit embarrassed in the media by the way, you know, getting turned down, you know, 3rd bid for Longstaff, you know, the Sunderland debacle coming in and taking players, and then Sadiki, you know, today or yesterday saying that we did make a bid after we've said we didn't make a bid to save face. And I feel like a lot of the banter that comes with football and the bits that we enjoy as fans, but not when it's directed at us. I feel like we are a little bit of a laughing stock at the minute in the mainstream media. Look at Leeds; it's doing everything on cheap and picking Sunderland over Leeds. They're not that much of a big club. I feel like there's that narrative going around now, and that I think that's what's annoying Leeds fans more and making it feel worse. That we feel that we feed off that from other clubs, and the vibe, just the general vibe of the media now is pretty much aimed at Leeds. You know, not getting the signings and other clubs are, and it's a little bit embarrassing. It's a little bit of a chink in our armour. That's how I feel about it anyway. The ginger potato versus ginger tash. I'll watch you after. Fucking legend, Jamif. Cheers, mate. As a newly promoted team and favourites to go back down, 49ers have to sell the project and offer good money to 10 players. Only us fans, I thought I said only fans then, mate. Only us fans can't understand why players wouldn't choose Leeds. 100% agree. I really do. I was thinking this was Sadiki. Maybe, just maybe, which it says in the article, which I'm going to bring on soon. He went to Sunderland, had a walk around Sunderland first, and just fell in love with place. Is that so hard to believe? Some will say, yeah, I'm sure comments say, yeah, fall in love with Sunderland, no chance. But maybe he did. Maybe he just got the feeling. Maybe he didn't need to walk around Leeds and all that. You know, maybe Leeds put a bid in. It had a bit more of a personal touch from Sunderland, and maybe that was enough for him, you know, because in the article he just say, you know, he'd sort of made his mind up and he wasn't going to turn down the Black Cats. And that sounds crazy, it was, picking Sunderland over Leeds, but maybe he just fancied it. Maybe it just felt right. How many times, you walk in, you go house hunting, you walk in a house, and the missus will say, it just feels right. Just feels like the one. Can you feel it? And you're like, no, I can't. Can you feel always room for a shedding garden? I can have a bar. Yeah, I feel it, love, Maybe it's just like that. You just got a feeling he just wanted to sign for Sunderland, and that it is what it is. Bash Bates, evening all, it's starting to do my nutting. Evening Matty lad, hope all is well. Still early days and hopeful of a good end to the window. 49ers working in silence as always. Yes, Duncan, the fact it went quite quiet about Longstaff earlier in the day, I thought, oh, it's going to happen today, and then it turned around and says, nope. Fucking hell, Sean. Not bringing it on screen, Shorty boy, but love you, man. Notice Jack Harrison and Sam Greenwood at Thorp Arch training video too. Yeah, early. I've seen that, mate. We'll get on to Jack Harrison soon. Richard Wood thought, hey up, Matty, great to get you on a live. I know, mate. How rare is it to say great to catch you on a live? Like, I'm usually always live. I haven't done that many lately. Rob Brookie, my mate. Honest question. Are we doing this cheap because of the stadium expansion? That had crossed my mind. But, Brookie, if we do spend 100 to 150 million quid, which we're on course to do, we've still got 4 players probably to bring in. We've spent 30, another 4. You're pushing 100, aren't you? If we spend 100 million, 120 million, some will argue that's not enough. But would you say that's doing it on cheap? I wouldn't. If we spend 100, 110, 120 million, I don't think that's doing it on cheap, mate. So currently it feels it. If we buy another 4 for another 30 million, Brookie, and we bring an 8 in for 6, for 60, I'll agree with you. I'll say, yeah. And potentially there's something in that. But with the investors and the way the club is, for me, they'll have a pot of money aside for that already. We saw in the Championship, and we thought this last year, why didn't they bring anyone in January? They didn't need to. We were worried for a little bit. We needed players, and we didn't invest, and we were going to go, we weren't going to get promoted. They got it bang on. Technically, it left us more money to play with now, which again feels a bit daft now because it doesn't look like it's happening at the minute. But for me, that will come. But maybe they've just got it spot on. Maybe they'll have it spot on again. Maybe they can spend 100 million, bring in 8 players, and it's enough to stay up. And then next year we'll be in a better position again. They're not going to overspend. They're not going to be held to ransom. They've been burnt by that from other past owners, and they've had to pick up the pieces. They've had a hell of a lot of work to do in the last 2 years. And I don't think enough people give 49ers credit. And especially now they're not getting credit. Look what state the club was in due to contracts and poor transfers over the last 2 seasons and before that, JKA, etc. Look at the mess they've had to sweep up and clear up and build again. They're going to be burnt a little bit. You are. If you have a girlfriend and she cheats on you, you're going to be a little bit skeptical next time. You're going to be a little bit reserved, potentially. Maybe that's just what they're doing. They won't do anything that doesn't feel right and fit their strategy. That at the minute looks to be smart business. Some will say mediocre fees, measly players, but mediocre players. But for me, decent options for the Premier League side and newly promoted Premier League side who've all got potential and calibre for very, very decent fees, low fees. And we'll have to see if it's right. Nobody knows, do they? Yeah, if it's the right way of doing it. I can see us end up with Ramsdale. I'd have Ramsdale, no question, mate. I don't know why anybody wouldn't when we've had Melier for 5 seasons. I don't understand. I don't think we'll get Ramsdale, by the way. The players we're linked with now, I really want Savage. I would have had Perry. I don't think that's happening now. But honestly, how anyone can say they wouldn't have Ramsdale after having Melier for 5 seasons? I'd have Priestley. I would have Priestley in there over Melier. So there is no chance 09 starts for us, Matty. Mate, surprised he hasn't been replaced already. But the thing is, it's the 9th of July. We both have absolutely ages to upgrade. That's it, mate. Yeah, that's it. I know Luke 09's a little bit of a cult hero, isn't he? But I'm sure everyone agrees, including your manager, mate, that he ain't good enough to start in Prem. And I'm sure he won't. But I'm sure he'll get minutes. He'll be in and around the dressing room. He'll be a valuable squad member for you, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't think he's a starter. So long. You did, mate. You did. And we'll touch on that soon. Pot of money there for the stadium from investors. We've got shitloads of money. We have had them, 100%, mate, 100%. Need to complete the defence and get a goalkeeper first friendly in 10 days. Yeah, and if I'm honest, we've got 10 days still to go, Nigel. I didn't expect us to have 4 players in by Man United game, if I'm honest. That might sound wild. I just didn't. I didn't a couple of weeks ago. I didn't see it happening. I thought we were sitting on our hands a little bit too long, and we brought 4 players in it last, 10 days, 2 weeks, and I'm happy with that at a minute. I'm happy with that. And honestly, I do have meltdowns on this channel. You know how I get. I've certain things Farker's done. I've been pulling my hair out, calling his name and calling him out on stuff. But I can't force it. I aren't feeling stressed at the minute. If anything, I'm just excited. Preseason now. Game in 9-10 days against Scum. Dublin to come. Start of season will be here before we know it. I'm just excited. I'm not at all worried at the minute. Fair enough, mate. Watch your video on here the other day. Good lad. We still have a better squad than some. I would say so. I would say so. But again, it doesn't really matter. We're not in competition with just them, are we? But yeah, I disagree with Joe on that one, mate, and I agree with you, pal. The 49ers seem to have the way of doing things. Hopefully, it's the right way. They seem to have done okay so far. 100%. That's all you can do, mate. That's all you can do. Boss Nass, this team needs a lot more work to have a chance of survival. Move quicker, do more, be sensible, but pay clubs what the players are worth. Again, though, who have we not paid for? Who have we not put the money in for that you think's worth that money? Do you know what I mean? Like Diarra, you saying Diarra were worth 30 million. What's Sadiki worth at 17 rising to 20? Maybe he's the one I probably would have paid 20 for, but still, it's come from USG in Belgium. It's done well there, but again, it's a lot of money. If Leeds aren't comfortable with it, they're not going to do it. And I would say we've moved at a fairly good pace. We brought 4 players in. Like, I don't think that's bad. By 9th of July, whatever it is. I'm all right with that. For me, it's the fees. It's the fees that have done this. If a Metcher would have had 2 years left on his deal, even with his injury season, but we'd have spent 15 million on him, we'd have had fans saying we've signed a German international for 15 million quid. Be all fair enough, decent. 15 million quid seems good fee. Sebastian Bourne now. Belgium has got 4 caps for them, 5 million quid, great business, decent caliber of player. If he'd have had a couple more caps for Belgium and it'd have been 22 million quid, we'd have probably been saying, oh, what a signing that is. I feel like the monetary sort of thing with these transfers has made us question the caliber of players because the fees are a lot of money. And I don't know why we're doing that, because as Leeds United, we know more than anybody that fees are everything. We know that. It's proof. Tanaka and others, the fees are everything. They're not. The government someone 10 million quid. Smart business. Plays in Champions League. Smart business. Why are Newcastle playing hard to get over Longstaff? Why not, mate? He's their player. Again, if we're only valuing players at a certain amount, Richard, and what we're happy to go with, they have valuations too, and you've got to meet them. You've got to meet them. So if they value him more, fair enough. And there's a bit of middle ground there, and who's going to budge, or we move on to other targets, which I think we probably will do now. We need a number 9 keeper and maybe another 2 rotation players. Yeah. 9 and a keeper, definitely. Then do we need another winger? Do we need a 10? We need I think strengthen at fullback as well a bit more, with some more depth, but we'll have to see. Let's be fair, if we don't get what we all want, it's going to go against the owners. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm not liking the chat at the minute that Farker's got no pull. I'm not liking how Farker's getting stick for Newcastle rejecting a bid. How's that Farker's fault? The player wants to come. The player wants to come to Leeds. I've seen people slating, Farker's got no pull. What? Based on Longstaff's club not accepting the bid? How's that his fault? Narrative on him again. You've just got an agenda, on him again. 30 million spent, but we could potentially sell Joffrey Greenwood, Melia, Harrison Joseph, and recoup. I agree. And I expect us to, Liam. Maybe that's why some fans will say we're dragging his heels a bit. Maybe we need to see an influx of outgoings first. Maybe we're struggling to get suitors for some of these players. You reeled them off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. 5 players. Maybe we've got 5 or 6 noted down that we want them gone. And maybe no one's looked at them. So maybe Leeds think if we bring in for 3 or 4 here for big money and these don't go, we're stockpiling players. And we've got a big number of players here that we don't want around on decent money. Maybe that's an issue. Maybe we need to see some outgoings before we bring in some really good incomings. Maybe. I think next one has to be quality. I'd hope so. But yeah, we'll have to see. Plenty of time, but optics matter. Stop failing and being outdone and out enthused by. I would say we've definitely been out enthused. Definitely out enthused. Don't know about outdone. Again, no one knows yet, do we? We don't know if we've been outdone yet. Nobody knows. We'll have to see. You know, when Sunderland signed Lafay in January, I seen Leeds like, oh my God, they've signed a baller. Did he matter? All we did was extend his gap. 24 points. Lafay looked poor when he played against us. But in January, we sat wanting, didn't do no, sat on his hands, and Sunderland signed fucking coming a Messi by the sound of it. Didn't do no. So again, don't always work out. Pirro looked sharp and fit. Yeah, him and Sam Byram on the bleep test there. Fancy that. Anyone who said Sam Byram, shouldn't be given a new contract. What I will say is, so many fans said at the end of the season, Byram goes, get rid. And I'll be honest with you, I knew it was signed. I did a video the day before it broke. One scoop, one back of the net, Adam Gardner. And then he does that with bleep test. Fit as a fiddle, injury worries, all that crap. Maintaining a high level of standard in training, setting the precedent, showing the players, the young players, the older players, the crocked players, showing everybody at the club, these are the standards. Look what little Sammy Byram can do. This is what you need to do. You need to go beyond this. So I love that. He's come back and he's done that on first day pre-season training. Absolutely smashed the bleep test. Him and Pirro, love that. And he's where he belongs at Leeds United for another year in Premier League. He gets to play for his own town club in Premier League, and I couldn't be happier for him. We dare not be critical with Leeds lowballing bids, etc. We can only voice an opinion if they mess things up. So plenty of time, but save those receipts. Well, yeah, Andy, I get that, mate. No, not on a training video. You don't see every play though, do you? Don't see every angle. They show you what they want you to show you, really. A couple of little snippets I've seen of Jack Harrison today. But yeah. Farker couldn't attract a dog to a pot of peanut butter, the silly German sausage. Honestly, Sean, you're never going to love him, are you? A couple of sales wouldn't go amiss starting with Melia. Yeah, exactly. I think we need to clear his lines a little bit. You got to strip that wallpaper off, take that plaster off sometimes and see what's lying beneath before you can go again. I think that's what they're doing. They've got to offload a few. They have. Our squad is better than under God 5 seasons ago. I agree. We'll be fine. 10 for 11 for me. It's bollocks. The gap is that. Well, I don't think 10 for 11 top banana, but wow, I'm chuffed you do. I tell what you say with a lot of credit and bank as well. So be mint that. But yeah, I agree. Our side's way better, mate, than we weren't up with last time, and we did bloody brilliant, didn't we? But as manager, we're better as well. I will say that. Yes, Pirro looks sharp as ever. Told everyone Pirro will score 15 to 20 goals. Oof, bosh. I have to see. It was, mate. It was. That new player, Jack Harrison, looks a beast. Even everyone, any keeper news? No, Patrick. No, mate. No. PSF, our fans need to grow. We'll have a competitive squad next season. West Ham haven't signed anyone yet, and as far as Sunderland, they're going down. Oof. I'll tell you what, right? I'm confident with Leeds. I am. I do think Sunderland have got a massive chance of staying up, though. I do. My predictions were Sunderland go down. Right now, that's probably changing based on the ambition of the club, the ambition of the owner, the players are attracting. If they hit the ground running, they've got a chance because they've got the easiest start out of all the teams that we think are going to struggle down the bottom end of Premier League. Sunderland have the best start. They've got a real, I don't say winnable, but they've got a really nice opening 7 or 8 fixtures of Sunderland. So they may stay up, but I still back us to stay up. I do. Smash a like and subscribe to our Matty. It really helps the channel. Yeah, cheers, Jamie. Thank you. I've got 58 in here, which is brilliant. Say Joe's on his channel as well right now. So I really appreciate 58 you watching me. That's it's actually an incredible number that for being live when Joe's live. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't like going live when other people go live because I feel like nobody wants to listen to what I say. But again, you just proved me wrong. I absolutely love this community. It's absolutely class. You put a smile on my face even when I'm having a bad day. So I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. What's so attractive about Sunderland? Are they overpaying? They tripled his wages, but we would have tripled his wages, Sadiki. But we don't know, do we? If he's walked around their training facility, if he's walked around Stadium of Light, if he spoke to manager and coaching staff and the owners before he's actually spoken to Leeds United, maybe that would it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that would it. I've gone in the shop before and bought a pair of trainers. I thought I'm getting these, and then a couple of shops down thought, oh crap, I like these one more. Too late then, though, isn't it? Because I daren't go back me and say, can I have my money back? I've just found some better. I can't, honestly. I'm shocking like that. I'd eat raw chicken in a restaurant. I won't even send that back either. I'm really, really bad with stuff like that in public. I go off on a tangent, me, don't I? Sunderland have spent 90 million on players that are going to miss it. Yeah, they are. That is a high possibility, Priestley, 100%. They are allowed to say no, but I don't think they're going to turn down opportunity for their players to go play national football and potentially win a trophy. The fact they've spent 90 million, though, the fact they've recouped money from, I think, Tommy Watson, about 10 million, 30 million from Job. They've recouped a lot of it with those players going. So I think the net spend isn't far off ours, if I'm honest. Someone put it on chat yesterday that the net spend's about 29 million. I don't know how it's that low, but maybe they've made some more sales I'm not sure about. Pirro is a Premier League quality finisher. Ooh. Finisher, maybe. Is he a Premier League player? I really like Pirro. I think he'll do well, PSF. This isn't me digging Pirro. I actually think he'll do well. There's a lot more than just finishing needed in Premier League. Is he going to be able to get in behind Premier League quality defenders? Is he going to be able to stand up that physicality of backing into a Van Dijk and being able to turn him and finish? We'll have to say. I'm not sure his all-round game is at the level of calling him a Premier League quality player. But finishing-wise, it's still one man, between post. Maybe he can still better his chances if he gets them. So, yeah, I have to agree. I think he's doing well. Longstaff is valued at 17 million. For me, he's not worth 17 million. It's not. He's probably worth a little bit more than we offered. Yeah. Sensible signings, Jammy, by our own. I still feel Sunderland will shoot themselves in the foot by the end of the season. Hey up, Chris. Hope you're well. Longstaff would be great for you. A lot worth every penny of 15 million. Are you a Newcastle fan, Chris? I'm a little bit behind on chat. I normally am. Everyone I spoke to are Newcastle fans. I spoke to a few. All rate Longstaff. All say it'd be great for us. Problem is, you don't want to sell him. That's fair enough. Our recruitment has nothing to do with proving anything to anyone. It's about building a competitive squad. And that's what we're doing, innit? The players we've brought in are thickening up that squad. Hey up, MOT. Up, David Oliver. Hope you're well, my friend. Adam, I agree. Anything up to 15 for Longstaff, very good value. Yeah, I wouldn't go. I mean, I wouldn't want to pay 15 up front either. I think 30. I don't know why I'm bartering over that. It's not my money. But 13 plus 2, if we were trying to do 10 plus 2, 13 plus 2, I'm cool with. I still don't think that's overpaying. I definitely think 10 plus 2 was underpaying. I think that was us lowballing. We've seen us do that. We apparently offered 10, 12, 14 million for Hamer, which we got laughed out of building for. We do that now and again, don't we, Leeds? We're putting a bid that's definitely going to get rejected. When it said 10 plus 2, I didn't expect them to accept that. We got wind that they may have accepted it, which I thought sound. But I do think it's probably 14, 15 million quid's probably about right. But that probably will tip a lot of Leeds fans over the edge. But what I'll say is if you're happy with getting Longstaff for 10 plus 2, it's not your money. If it's 15 and Leeds pay it, Leeds have got it. So let them fucking pay it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it don't matter what we think. It ain't our brass. If they've got it, they'll spend it. So whether we're signing for 12 or we're signing for 15, Leeds have obviously got the money there. I don't think, Adam, they'll pay 15, in my opinion. I don't think they'll go that high. Herbert, hey up, dudes. We can make shrewd deals all over the pitch bar striker. You don't get strikers undergoing rate unless you grow your own, of course. Yeah, I agree, Herbert. That's going to be the big one. That's going to be the premium. I think even a goalkeeper, you can get a decent keeper for a lowish fee. I mean, the players we're touted for, they might cost us a little bit. There's a guy at Besiktas that I think might be about 7 million, which would be a snip. He's a great player, Croatian international, isn't he? But I do think the striker one, it will cost us. And that's fair enough, because that's the goals that keep you in the Premier League, isn't it? If not Longstaff, then Staff. Yeah, well, we were hoping it'd be both. We heard it maybe both. What I'll say is the accountant Wacko, they still saying Longstaff will get done. So we'll have to see. Watch your space. But again, for the money, for Longstaff, I'm happy with. But I aren't going to cry about it if Longstaff don't come. The spot Longstaff fills in our squad, the level of play, the experience, 15 at a snip. You say a snip, but a snip would imply, he's worth a bit more than that, and I'm not sure he is. But it's a snip in terms of getting the attributes from him. 15 million doesn't seem a lot. Like I say, we spent 15 million quid on Helder Costa. I know it's a different position, but it's 15 million quid we spent on Helder Costa. We've spent a lot worse on players. We had Adam Forshaw as a squad option, as a midfield option. He had a starting chuffing number. We were tweeting out we had a midfielder ready to go in Adam Forshaw at once upon a time, and that one is a Premier League club. Whenever he was fit, it was still an option. Is Longstaff that bad? Not really. Still an upgrade on what we've had in past. At least we're not letting ourselves get robbed like we have been. That's it, mate. We've seen what we've seen what happens with our club when we pay over the odds for players. We've seen it. Maybe some people in chat, maybe haven't. Maybe some people out there who are mourning haven't seen it because they're too young or whatever. But we've seen what happens with this club. But a bit of a laughing stock now by certain sections of the Premier League fans, Sunderland in particular, because they beat us to a couple of players or whatever. We pay, look, as we get turned down for Longstaff. Ultimately, let's stay a Premier League team, because I'd rather get laughed at for that than laughed at because we're playing Stockport County at home on a Saturday at 3 o'clock. We've been there, done it. So we've been burnt too many times. Sometimes you've got to move with caution. We should pay 15. Fair enough. Now, I think 15 is max, pal, but I'll be fine with that. 14.95, actually. It's most I go to. Smash like, subscribe to Matt if you're new here. It really helps the channel. Cheers, Jamie. Thanks for hammering that home, pal. Yeah, please stick a like on it. Don't say it enough. Please subscribe to the channel too if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Been doing really well for numbers lately on lives and that. And yeah, I've had decent numbers in tonight to say Joe's live at the same time. So thanks so much. I'm going to have to give him a bit of a kicking leg on Saturday when we go training. Got training for Creators Cup on Saturday. I'm going to have to give him a bit of dig. So what are you doing going at 10, you? You've got all day. What are you doing? But nice. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see everybody on, well, I say everybody, but about 6 or 7 of us from Yorkshire Roses on Saturday for training. Looking forward to it. Yeah, probably did, Robbo. Matty, I've heard Sunderland are doing in the French connection. Paris with the North. Yeah, well, that's the French owners, French manager, French-speaking players. There's a clear agenda there, and they're getting it through that French connection. Leeds United for sure are not buying burnt-out Crocs like some of these high-priced offload. Yeah, I don't think they are, mate. I don't think they are. I'm happy with who we've got so far, David. I really am. Hello, mate. Sorry, not got you on live, but being watching with Longstaff, we all forget he's also homegrown, but not over 10 million. We move on. Really? You won't go above 10 million, mate? Wow. I think 10 million is a bit too low. I really do. I think 15 is probably just a little bit high for me. Is 15, but anywhere in between is about right. It's about right. Can't really grumble with that. Yeah, I think you're going to get that a lot. I think you're going to say 15 is too much, but I'm not too sure it is. I think 15 is about the max I'd go. Kevin Keegan up the tune. How do, Matty? I'm telling you, Longstaff is just as good as Gaza. Give us 20 million. Honestly, mate, you're a rat. You're a rat. Go away. I know you are. You've got to remember there is 2 windows. Maybe keeping some money for January in case we need to do business. Then could be under new manager. Hope we don't. But yeah, I agree, mate. England's players are overpriced compared to Italy, Germany. Yeah, they are, mate. You get better value. Get better value from these other leagues, and that's what we're doing. You pay that premium for English talent. You pay that premium for Premier League talent. I do think Longstaff at the money we were touted, it'd be really good value, but ultimately they don't want to sell him, mate. Bash Bates, 49ers are all about business. They're experienced, and I can't see them messing it up. The money's in the Prem, and they know it. Yeah, the money's in the Prem. The investors need, a return on their investment. The stadium plans. There's no way we're going down. There's no way. And I tell you what, I think there'll be a lot of people eating humble pie with this because I genuinely genuinely think we'll go out there and we'll smash it with a couple of signings and it'll turn the whole mood around. We've done decent, savvy business. 4 players in currently. 9 days till we play Man United. There's still a chance there for 1 or 2 more coming before the Man United game. There's still plenty of time after that. Mate, in about a year I've known you, you have surprisingly been positive. I've only seen negative creeping twice. Yeah, Andy, you know, negative creeps in when there's need to be negative. You know, I can't help how I feel. That barren spell of draws, you know, the Swansea, around that area, you know, the Swansea meltdown. As you know, I've got a T-shirt for it. Check the link in the bio. I've always wanted to say that. But yeah, I had a massive meltdown around that time. The Luton draw and stuff like that. And I think it was warranted, and there were a lot of questions that needed answering, and they answered it. Right now, there's nothing negative, mate. There's no negative. 4 players in. One of my favourite players renews his contract. It's just a good feel for it. Kick come out, fair enough. Awake, it'll be out soon. Honestly, I do not see any downside currently. I'm just excited to be in Premier League. Just excited to be in Premier League. Cheers, Adam. But negative will creep in, Andy. You know, I go to every home game pretty much every home. I'm going to try and get to a handful of away games at least with my mate Danny. I put a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort away from family and stuff into it, like a lot of fans do. You know, we all do it. It will creep in. We're going to get beat a lot this season. It's going to happen. You will see me be negative. But right now, I'm just buzzing to be here. And we're going to do more than taking part, pal. So there's no reason for me to feel down at the minute. There isn't. Sunderland have signed players that we were linked with. Are they even any good? I don't know. I've never seen them fucking play. Sound all right. But we'll see, won't we? We'll see. Also, no manager, no player can be perfect all the time. We got this. I'm on relaxed mode. Me too, GP26. I feel sound. David Oliver. If we finish there, mate, I'm coming for lottery numbers in about 10 months' time. We've already got a good squad. Just adding the we've got a deep for a newly promoted side. We had a decent side. That's one of the better Championship sides that have come up in recent memory. That is a good side. 100 points don't get done very often, but we had a lot of work still to do, and we're doing all right. It's all right, Joe. Oh, it is. I heard a rumour that Somerville could return. Not for me. Not for me. Oh, look at Joe's a legend, isn't he? One sec. Cheers, Adam. He's a legend. No worries, Joe, lad. No worries. Should have put the 21 million euros in for Lily Savage, or whatever his name is. Are we going to lose any players? Yeah, the obvious ones for me. I don't think there'll be many high-profile ones. I think if we bring in 2 midfielders, as we hoped, as we possibly will still, Stack, Longstaff, or Stack and another, or 2 others, who knows? I think Gruev may go. Joseph may go. In my opinion, they're the 2 I'd look at and go potentially move on because we'll get all right fees for them. But then obviously your Josephs, those young fringe players, I think they'll go. I always wonder them for tea, Jammy. I've got to start my tea. Garlic chicken Alfredo on fettuccine, resting beside a garden salad. Get rid of that rabbit food and I'll come round, my mate. I love that. Well done. Cheers. Yeah, mate. Jammy, honestly, thanks for being here, buddy. You're a legend. Enjoy your tea, mate. Farker got blamed for Tesco's closing 5 minutes early. Gets blamed for everything. Yes, we need to sell. Yeah, we do. We do. Yeah, I don't feel like we've been selling well in general. Even the Rafinha and Phillips money at the time, I wasn't happy with those fees. We always seem to get lowballed when we're selling players as well. I can't remember the last sort of fee I was happy with, when we're actually selling someone. So be interested to see what we get for the players we do actually get out. Surprised we haven't got Carwell. Yeah, honestly, is he still there, Nigel? He's still sat waiting for someone to take him up because, yeah, and left back cover, he can play on left as well. Maybe, mate. Oh, he's in Hutchinski. Hey up, mate. Oh, he's going to come with some belters. He coming for me, pal. Sunderland fan. I think so, Herbert. Not wrong with it at all, mate. We attached some unrealistic values to some of our players, like who's paying anything familiar after the season he had. He's alone at best. Jack Harris. Yeah, I sort of agree with that, mate. I sort of agree. Why would you spend out for some of those players, you know? Jack Radoni's a good player, him. Good player. Probably a better player last season than Job. Ooh. Did anyone see Matty's exclusive on Byron 1 year deal? Only exclusive of any LUFC YouTube content creators this summer. I think it might be, you know. I think it actually might be that. Yeah, I don't know if anyone saw that. That I called the Byron contract renewal, signing another deal, however you want to word it, 24 hours before it happened. That is how you get a fullback signing announced and not have to do press ups. Joe Blackburn, if you're listening, which you probably not, but if you do, there you go. Because I can't do sit-ups, so I have a mech in those deals. Bids, interest, watching. It helps if deals are done quickly. Acting slowly just invites others into the bidding. Not good if it's a player we say. Yeah, I agree with that. Obviously, the more it rumbles on, the more chance someone will come in and steal them from under your nose. I get that. Yeah, I do. I get that. I've got nowhere else to go with that, mate. I just get it. Be all Goodmanson, Bornau and Metcher, great signings. Anton Stack and Savage goalkeeper. Bogut left wing. Nice. Sunderland ain't going down. You'd have to say right now, you'd probably say I fancy him to stay up. Brentford are going down. I think so too. Sunderland will go down with Burnley and Brentford. That's what I said, Blaze. Ray. That's what I said. Now I aren't sure. I wonder what the odds are for all three promoted teams to stay up. I might put a bet. To be fair, I don't massively fancy Burnley to do it. I think they could stink the joint out. I do. Don't know if you agree with that, with how good they were defensive last year, but they won't be this season. That's a fact. But I think when 19's playing in Europe, I think there's a chance that there could be quite a lot of freak results this year where sides down the bottom take decent amount of points off of some of the sides towards the top end. I've just got a feeling. When they're playing in Europe and then having to play a tough away fixture at a Burnley, going to Sunderland, going to Elland Road on a Saturday or a Sunday, after playing in Europe for a week. Honestly, I think there could be some really exciting games in Premier League this season where points, they're hard to sort of pinpoint where they're going to go. And this is a season I look at and think with how dominant Burnley were, how dominant Leeds were, and what Sunderland are doing now in the window, that wouldn't be a bad bet, to be fair. Because I think you get good odds on that too. I think the odds will be good. I mean, I don't bet personally, but I think it will be good. Sunderland, if they fill their home ground, they will be a concern. We have to do better than them losing. Yeah, I'm sure they'll fill their home ground, mate. I think they currently were in Championship, I think. F the other channels. Cheers, Robbo. There's a few targets for Leeds: Sunderland, Bournemouth, Brentford, West Ham, Burnley. Yeah, I mean, I've been looking at it going, who do we drag down into it? It's going to be tough. And then you read those sides out there, and they're everybody that I think David too. They're everybody. For me, it will be three of those. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 3 of those 7 go down. Unfortunately, Manchester United's not on there, but I don't think they'll go down. We've got to finish to the season. No top teams in the last 3 months. I'd seen him having a meltdown earlier, mate. I'm going to have to watch his video, what he's just done now as well, to see how bad he was. But yeah, it's not like Joe either. He's usually calm, cool and collected. It's not like him to lose his head, so I'm really surprised with that. 7 to 11 sounds wild, mate, but I'm here for it. Hey up, Angelo, be well. Hey up, Matty, and everyone. Geek, we play Man United next Saturday. That sounds good, isn't it? The scum are going down. The squad looked well today. Yeah, it did, man. Yeah, great comment. Thank you. Bag of scampy fries and a Twix as add-ons for Longstaff. Love that, mate. Funny, man. Yep, I agree. Our recruitment should be focused on sensible recruitment and tunnel vision, not sidetracked by silly competition and outdoing other clubs. They ain't going to give 2 shits about what other clubs are doing, David. They're not. They're too smart for that. They are. Maybe in 2-3 weeks' time, I'll be on here saying something different. But right now, I am honestly cool as a cucumber. Cool as a chuffing cucumber about it. Too much for Longstaff. 15 mil last year of his contract. Signed for any front team in 6 months. Yeah, that's fair. Mitrovic is available. Oof. He is a bully. Yes, we'll touch on Jack Harrison, mate. We'll touch on Jack Harrison. So, Jack Harrison. We knew it was going to happen. We knew 100% we were going to see him in training videos. We knew it. We knew it. Am I bothered? Yes, I am. Mighty meltdown coming. No, mate, he plays for the Peacocks, so I know he won't be there. But yeah, I am bothered. I don't want to see him in the Leeds gear. I expect it was going to happen. I'm sort of expecting Leeds to ramp up the pictures and videos of him, if I'm honest. Yeah, striker, goalkeeper. Need two big players there, mate. Yeah, you did, Danny, but it's to come, mate. It's to come. It's to come. But yeah, what do you guys think about Jack Harrison? Well, what's he going to do? He's got to come back to Leeds. He's under contract. What I'll say about Jack Harrison, we may not like him right now, he's a hard worker. He does this every single summer. I've seen training videos and training images of him, him off somewhere nice and sunny and hot, and he's still training. He's a workhorse. He really values his career. His body's always in good nick. You never see him doing no untoward off the pitch. He's a model professional. He's Jack Harrison in terms of the way he conducts himself physically, the way he trains. I think the way he conducted himself and his mother conducted herself has left a sour taste for Leeds fans. And I actually think there may be no way back for him as a Leeds player in the fans' eyes. Maybe he'll play 20, 30 games and get booed every game. I don't know. It's hard to call with Farke because Farke will probably say he's pulled people back from worse positions. I'd probably argue against that. I think this is probably the worst. But yeah, he's in training. What more can he do? He's got to get there, like I say, he's under contract. He'll be working hard. He'll be trying to keep fit, keep his body at, tip-top condition, ready for a move, or if not, ready to step in and play for Leeds United. So it's a mad one because actually right now at the club there's a gaping hole at left midfield. Ramazani's better than Harrison. Ramazani would start over Harrison if Harrison stayed at the club. 100% he would start. Ramazani could have started over Solomon. Let's not go down that road because a fucking fanboy over Ramazani is absolutely different gravy for me. But right now, Harrison's back in training at Leeds United and there's currently a spot available for him at Leeds United. So it's going to be really interesting if Jack Harrison is still here come the Manchester United game. Is he going to play against Manchester United? What do you think? What do you think? What do you actually think? Hey up, my mate. Wow. Yeah, Philip, same as you, mate. You know me, I have my wobbles now and again, mate, but not right now, pal. Evening, Matt. It's time to move away from Longstaff. We need to, yeah. I don't mind another bid going in for a couple of million more, Dirty Leeds. I don't mind it. A couple of mil more. Say it's not my money, mate, and it's I out. But yeah, I don't think Leeds will do it, if I'm honest. Move on and get someone else. Richie, everyone's frustrated when this morning it was on, and then this evening it's a no-go. Yeah, I know. Was it ever on? You'd say not. I know it went out in the ether that it were. There were certain articles reporting that we'd struck a deal with Newcastle, but yeah, it was obviously the wrong info, unfortunately. French League, La Liga, Spain and Bundesliga standard European players for less money, 100%. Yeah. Daniel, bang a few links in chat. Please check out these links that I bring up to the screen as I go through, please. Good friends of mine, check them out, doing good stuff. Rob Brookie, yeah, cheers. There's 114 people in at the minute. Some people have come over from Joe, so I appreciate you coming over. The people who are in here while Joe were live, legends. Thank you so much. It's been decent this so far, so thank you. Please like and please subscribe if you're new here. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. My second channel, my mental health channel, football and mental health channel, Full Time to Talk. Check that link out as well. Darren Elliott, hi pal. Still same old crap in vid. Gildart, Harrison, Greenwood just won't make appearance in the Prem as can't in the Championship. Yeah, we'll clear those. We'll clear his decks, mate. We've got to, haven't we? And then we'll go again. Wilco White. So I think Newcastle are just trying it on. I still think we get Longstaff, but I won't be disappointed if we do. Yeah, I'm same. I can see value to him. I can. And I think we can go a couple of million more and it still be a good deal for Leeds United. Right now, 10 plus 2 would be a great deal. A couple of more million, it takes a shine off it, but it's still a good footballer. Whether we pay 12 million or bloody 22 million, we're still getting the same outcome, aren't we, in terms of player. The club know if we've got the money to pay the money or not. The money's secondary to us as a fan. Do you know what I mean? They're not daft. Any deal that gets done is getting done for the right reasons at Leeds United. So if we don't get a player, it's because they didn't fancy him for that money. If we get a player and you think, oh, he's paid a lot there, don't worry about it because they've obviously got the fucking money for him. So I ain't going to get hung up on values of players because it's not my... I'm a fan. Put the players on the pitch that I can go watch that'll put 110% in and hopefully keep it in the division. That's it. I ain't bothered if you spend 10 million, 100 million. It's your money. I'll still be here if we were in fucking League Two. You won't be. You'll be gutted because you've bloody spunked all your money at wall. Gone. Done. Hundreds of millions down Swanee. All these plans down Swanee, I'll still be there. I don't want that, but I'll still be there. So when it comes to money, I'm not that arsed. I don't think they've got too much riding on it to get it wrong. That's how I sort of see it. Tickle those likes from Matty. Cheers, Top Banana. 16th at best, says Dave Dids. And I'd bite their hand off for that. Wilco White's check his channel out too. We focus on our home games and try to be hard to beat with. Nick the odd win, especially. Yeah, and I think that's, you know, we make Elland Road a fortress, which a fortress it was the last 2 seasons pretty much. It ain't going to be that much of a fortress. We're going to lose more games at Elland Road, but we need to be hard to beat Elland Road, and I believe we will. And we'll be harder to beat away from home based on the physicality of the players we're bringing in. I think you're going to see us score goals from different ways. You're going to see us play a different way, I think. And we're not going to get bullied. And ultimately, that's where I see us staying up. The fact that the calibre of player, the attributes of the players, we seem to be going down that route with physical players, people who aren't going to be bullied, people who can bully the opposition. So I'm happy with that. And Matty, what was that word you said about Largy, that he was ostracised? I don't think I used the word ostracised. I can't even say it or spell it. If I did, I had a really clever moment, and I probably got... If I'm honest, if I use the word ostracised, I can barely say it. I probably had a migraine that day. But maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I did. And I still stand by what I said, Bob. I still think I'm all right. Bit over the top, mate. Maybe, mate. But that's me. I'm bloody wild as a box of frogs, if that's even a saying. You're 105 watching, 111 watching now. Please smash those likes. Honestly, I really appreciate it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate being able to come online at this time of night and have over 100 people in building. It's class. Thanks so much, man. Why not cancel a Greenwood contract? Yeah, I mean, again, cost implications. I don't really know. I think Greenwood's on all right money as well. I don't know what effects it has with PSR. I hate all the accountancy shit of being a football fan these days. Honestly, just hate it. It's not my bag at all. Smash the likes from Matty. Thank you. I'd be so sorry to see Grove go. I'd rather upgrade on Nonto. Oof. I'm the other way. I'd rather keep Nonto, mate. I'd be sad to see Nonto go. I think we can upgrade on Grove. I really do. And I'm a big Gruev fan. I think he's so underrated, but it's a position we can 100% upgrade on in Premier League. And I think Gruev, I don't think he's physical enough. I don't think he's good enough for Prem. I think he could go play for a decent Bundesliga side and not look out of place, and even play European football, maybe at the German side. I just think he's going to get overrun in midfield. I really do. It's great when we've got possession, we've got the ball, and he's tidy. It's just, for me, he's not good enough for Prem, mate. As a squad player, if he stays, I'll back him, and he'll probably make me worse because I am a Gruev fan. I just think he's someone we can definitely upgrade on, and I actually think Gruev will move on. I really do. I just think we'll bring in 2 midfielders. I don't think we'll just swap. You know, we've lost Rothwell. I just don't think we'll bring in one. I think it's, you know, the heartbeat of the team, the engine of that team. And you look at the midfielders in the Premier League. Look how good they are. Look how good the central midfielders are in Premier League. Are we good enough out of the 4 we had last year just to upgrade on one? I don't know. I think we need a couple in there, which I would say everything's pointing towards that we are going to be looking for more than one. 78 Saviour. Neither of our new centre backs think they won't push out Strauch or Rodon. Plus the Metcha, if he gets fit, will blow our forwards away. We have signed better than something. I agree. I think the Metcha, if fit, is going to be a very, very good player for Leeds United. A lot of people think he's going to come in and be third choice, fourth choice. You'd probably say if Leeds are spending 30 million on a new striker, whoever that may be, hopefully we do. Pirro and Mechi probably is third choice. I've got a feeling he's got a lot more to offer than what people are thinking. And I think the centre halves, again, I think Beal and Rodon start. I do. I think Strauch, he could easily start too. He'll be pushing. And obviously Bornau, again, I don't see him coming and playing 2 or 3 games. I don't. I think these players will push the starters a lot closer than what people think. People look at the forward brought in and say it's 2 squad options and two starting 11s. I think it's going to be a bit different to that. I really expect all the players we've signed. I think everyone we've signed so far will be great acquisitions for us. I really do. I really do. Nah, mate, not having that. No, mate, I just like to listen to the crack. That's fine, mate. I'm excited by our starting defence, top keeper needed now. Yeah, you think if we go out there and get a Savage or can't remember bloke's name from Fenerbahce, but if we bring in a top keeper with that defence in front of him, I think we've got a really good base there, a really, really good base, and a keeper that the defence can just, for Rodon to be able to turn around and look at his keeper and not see packet of quavers blowing around in wind would be nice, because we know how much Rodon struggled with Melia. That has been the most evident thing I've seen at Leeds. Rodon has struggled with him as his keeper. His face says it all. He's like my missus. She can't hide how she feels. Her face is just, yeah, she's fuming. She's fuming. She's fuming. He forgot her chips. Walker Peters still available. I thought he was, mate. I'd be okay if we brought either Savage or Perry in goal, but it seems to be turning into a bit of a... Again, yeah, it's the keeper one is one I've said I don't mind it rumbling on a bit longer. The fact now, the couple of players we've been linked with, I would love to get it done sooner rather than later, because I really, really like the look of Savage. I really like Perry, but I think he'll stay at Lyon now, unless people know otherwise, but they're staying in league, aren't they? But there's a few keepers there now. I'm like, yeah, I mean, when we were in for Pope and it looks like that ain't going to happen, I didn't mind it rumbling on a bit more, but now this Milinkovic Savic, just go get it done. That's the one I just want us to do with Sunderland there and just wake up in the morning and be like, yep, done. Last couple of days, I respected YouTube. We did a vlog on Promise David. That's suddenly been squashed because of his just son. I'll be honest with you, I've seen that. I think a few people had done it. I've seen Max did it, and I can't remember someone else. There's been a couple of people touching it. Sean at Wilco White did a great video on it about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I did a little video on it about the same time. We're heavily linked then, but it's been common knowledge for about 3 weeks. Promise Davis signed a 2-year deal and wasn't moving. I think from USG as well. So a bit of a mad one when I seen the other day that people were saying we should sign him. I don't know if they were stating we should look at him or if we were in for him, but yeah, he's not going anywhere. And again, now we're getting closer to, first game in pre-season. I'm looking at Promise David now. I think physicality and all that look brilliant, but with the players we've signed now, I think if Promise David came in, he'd be his only striker we'd sign now. We're only going to sign one more striker. If it were Promise David, I'm sure even Wilco White, who really likes the look of him, the profile of him, I'm sure he'd be annoyed, because again, it wouldn't feel like a great signing if he's your only one to come in there. Would Promise David be good? Promise David be good enough to start for Leeds United and find us to safety? I'm not too sure. Burnley down with Wolves and Brentford. Oof, I'd like that. Herbert, honestly, if Carlsberg did relegations, Jonathan Wright, Sunderland will be the one out of us promoted, one stay up. I don't agree, mate. I don't agree. We'll be the one out of us promoted ones. Nah, we'll stay up, mate. Tommy, honestly, mate, you're just such a gaslighting little bugger. Mini league as it stands, Sunderland and Burnley, Leeds in that order. Yeah. Yeah, you've been on, you're on cloud 9, lad. You're on cloud 9, pal. Absolute cloud 9. I always love it when your name pops in, mate. Absolutely love it. Robin Hood, West Ham fans haven't sounded too excited about their business. No, they haven't, mate. They haven't. Michael Pollard, Iriola, we need to get We need him to get poached by a bigger club. Bournemouth are attracting top-notch players due to him. They are smaller than us. Well, they are in terms of everything, but league standings over the last few years and calibre of play now, mate. They've done bloody brilliant business at Bournemouth. They're a credit to themselves. Fair play. Sunderland are currently playing catch-up to Leeds squad. We will finish. I agree. I agree, mate. Philip Anderson. Scumchester United will continue the shit show. Leeds 3, Scumchester 1. Come on, Philip. I hope so. Hutchinsgate. Sunderland played all the youth in the last 6 games to ensure. Hutchinsgate, again, this is a load of shit, mate. This is a load of codswallop. You didn't play the academy, mate, for your last 6 games. You didn't. You fucking didn't, mate. I don't know why. I've seen you say this before. I don't know why you say this, pal. You're stating there, right, that you as a club and Labrie through the last 6 games to be ready for Premier. And it worked because you got through playoffs. Load of shite, pal. Load of shite. You didn't play all the kids. You didn't play all the youth. You may have played a few youth players because you might have had injuries. You did not go. Academy players, get here. You're playing on big pitch today, boys. That didn't happen, mate. Did not fucking happen. Even Wayne, who you know very well, told me this. Load of shite. And it's irrespective now. It don't fucking matter. But that's a straight up lie, mate. Straight up lie. Triggered. Just joined BMG. Where are you on Longstaff? I'd like him. We might still get him, but I'm okay if we don't. Just Joe is overreacting big time. I need to watch his video back. I watched his one from earlier. BMG. Exactly the same as you said. I'll be happy with him. I want him. 10 plus 2 is a little bit lower than I thought. Great. Been rejected. Couple of mil higher. I'm okay with. No to that. Walk away. Go get someone else. I'm on that. I think he's worth 14, 15 million quid. People will say he isn't. People have said he isn't, and that's fine. 10 plus 2, I think everyone can get on board with the value of that. It's definitely worth that. Couple of mil more is a max I'd go, and then I'd move on. Yeah, I agree, mate. Not asked for him being in and around at all. Just need him to go. Just need him to go. Don't read anything into Harrison being in the video. He has to be at the team because he's still employed. Yeah, I agree. I said that earlier, mate. I don't know if you've seen that. 100% agree. He's got to stay. He's keeping himself fit. Probably to move on to another suitor. He needs to be fit and raring to go to pass a medical, etc. If he stays at Leeds, he'll want to be in best shape possible to play. There's currently a massive void in that left-hand side, BMG. So maybe he sees that. Maybe he's in training these few days and thinks, actually, I've got a better chance of playing football here than I've Everton. Maybe there's something in that, but I hope he doesn't stay, mate. Get rid. Yeah, I agree. Training shit as much as you want, it's still a shit. I love that. Love that. Dr. Cox, imagine not being Leeds. If Harrison stays, the club should tell him his mother's banned. You're on a mum ban. No mums here. West Ham regularly give themselves boardroom drama over these. Yeah, they do. Richard O'Graham, mate, it'll be well, buddy. The big problem with Jack Harrison is who will take him. It might be that he moves late in the window. I think it might be a late mover. I actually think he'll play in some of pre-season games. I do. Yeah, I mean, there's been rumours that Everton may look at him, but they want him on a free and would have to cut his contract up, which would have PSR implications and that. We're not going to do that. No, is he losing his head big time? Bit OTT. Matt, I don't think it will be easy for that red team in Manchester. Could very easily be in and around the bottom. I think they'll be not as low as last year, but I think they'll be in and around. I don't see Manchester United now being a top 10 club, and anyone from 11th down has a possibility of being dragged into it. So I don't see Manchester United as a top 10 club anymore. And I'm pretty sure that's not even a wild take anymore, is it? I see them being, fighting with the Palaces for that 11th, 12th sort of spot. But they've got that much toxicity around the club and in the dressing room and all that shit that they could really find themselves in trouble. I just don't think they'll go down. It'd just be wild, wouldn't it? Whoever keeps on about just Joe, think you could do any better? Let's have you. yeah. Sam, it is so bloody hard. Is this my mate? It is so bloody hard. And big ups to anyone who does this. I love it. It's not hard because I enjoy it, but it's hard. It's difficult. you know, getting a little bit of stick and stuff, which Joe gets a lot. And Joe's a big boy. I know him really well, and he's a good friend of mine. And he does sometimes struggle with it. Other times he can bat it away, but we are all only human, aren't we? So please be a bit respectful. I've seen bits. I haven't seen no too untoward, Sam. If there is, let me know, mate. But yeah, nice. It's big and brave to come out here, you know, and have a chin wag with you a lot, especially with Joe's numbers. You know, Joe goes live and there's bloody 700, 800, 1,000 people watching. It's daunting. It's daunting. They're easing us in gently with Harrison. This time last year, we hated Aronson. Yeah, you know what it is? It seems wild to imagine Jack Harrison playing for Leeds, but it also felt so wild for Aronson to ever play for Leeds. Felt even wilder for Nonto to play for Leeds when it turned down getting on bus against Birmingham Way, coming back from that. But this feels like there's more hatred to Harrison now than there's ever been to any other player. But I'm sure Farker won't give two fucks. Farker will not be asked that the fans don't want Harrison there. If Farker thinks Harrison has value, then they'll play him because he's done it. They've done it. So, but I would argue that, you know, Nonto's a better player than Harrison. Aronson, you know, we lost Georgie. Aronson came in and did okay early on. But yeah, I don't know. Aronson and Harrison, they just remind me of each other, to be honest. No, mate, nothing as of yet. Yeah, no, I know it is, mate. Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, potentially. I think that's what, if we do a fourth offer, Philip, I think that's what we'll offer. And I think that has to be his last offer. Tommy Gay, pow. You bugger. We can pay a couple of mil more, but that adds up if we make a habit of it. Yeah, no, that's fair play. It does. You start adding a couple of million more on your next 3 or 4 signings. It ends up being 10, 12, 15 million quid more than you wanted to spend. And that is a lot of money. I agree. It'd show Leeds, bearing in mind now, this is public knowledge. This is out there, Sky Sport. Everyone's sort of looking at Leeds' transfer business now. It's all out there that we're being rejected. If Leeds now go slap another 3 or 4 million down and it gets accepted, every other transfer we go for, BMG, will all do the same. We'll squeeze that sponge a little bit more. We'll get a bit more out of Leeds. If we now turn around and walk away, the next player we go in for, when we say that's our final offer, they may still turn it down. But they'll have that in back of their head now going, well, we just walked away from Longstaff. And to be fair, they weren't asking for world, another couple of million on that. You know, maybe we're being unreasonable with our play. Maybe that's a attack Leeds will have to look at. And if you don't think he's worth more than 12 million, don't pay more, walk away, you know, and stick to your principles. And then that will lead on to the next transfer. So, yeah. No, we didn't, mate. You're right. We were linked with him. We thought we were after him, but we had no indication at all, Philip, that we'd bid once, twice for him at all. Yes, Stevie. Look, positivity, mate. Harrison set pieces were all right. Too hot and cold. Yeah, too hot and cold, mate. Not for me. 118 watching. Yeah. Please smash a like on. Please subscribe. I don't know if there's a way of doing this. Like, don't even show me likes on it. But then again, I don't put it on dual screen. I'm getting better, but I'm still not proper techie. I'd have to go on my phone to see how many likes I've got. Let me have a look. I'm just intrigued. Normally not bothered by likes and stuff, but I want to mention it a few times because I've been told I need to mention it more. But please stick a like on if you are watching, please. I would really, really appreciate it. $71 likes. Thank you very much. Brilliant. 112 in. Please smash a like if you haven't already. You're absolute legends. Gruev to Leverkusen. Yeah, I mean, I think Gruev to a decent German side could happen. But again, it's just speculation, isn't it? Where's Schmidt going to play next season? Not at Leeds is my call. Dr. Cox, hope you well, by the way. Need to get rid of Baguette Riss. Who does Tommy K even follow? Because it's like he's in everyone's chat, and I don't even think he's he's not a Leeds fan, is he? Let's be honest. I think I've asked you this all the time, but I forget, mate, because you're so insignificant to me. Yet you're triggering me, so you feel really important right now. I'd like Serbia keeper Savic 6'8". Yeah, David, he's my number one keeper. He's my number one every day. I just don't know. Leeds keep talking about some of these deals, though. They're saying they're going to be hard to do, and that's another one they've sort of said it's going to be hard to do. Does that mean it's not going to get done? I expect we'll pay 10 to 15 each on one or two midfielders and a keeper, then splash out more. Yeah, I can see that too. Be nice for them to do it all the way around. Let's have a big money signing next, mate, and then finish that squad with a few more 10, 15 million pound players, just to ease the fan base's tetchiness. I feel that too. I feel so much brewing. Leon not getting relegated now, so Petty, Chicken not coming. Napoli, Aberdeen, and Savic just leave. Yeah, Mezzin staying, mate. The A upside. Surely the 49ers have irons in the fire for some firepower. They must be making moves. We all know how they work, but we still panic. Yeah, we do. BMG, I'm glad you're not going mental about Longstaff, Matty. Certain others get a bit unhinged, and it's not good listening to it, especially reaction to anyone who just. Yeah, I don't know, mate. Obviously, I'm a big friend of Joe's as well, and I haven't watched it, so I don't want to comment. But it's one of them. If you can't help how you feel, can you? Like, I'm a very reactive fan. Like, I don't like reading through articles and researching, and I was never naughty at school. I was always a well-behaved lad, but I didn't really like school. I struggled a little bit. I was just average Joe. So I don't like reading stuff now. Everything I sort of do, I touch on stuff. I get bits I need. I can't come on here and not know what I'm talking about, obviously, although people will say I fucking haven't got a clue. But I'm just a normal guy, man. I just come on here and I just want to speak about it. I'm very reactive. Joe's so much more polished than I am. But like, he can't help how he feels. I can't help how I feel. So if it's bothering him, he's got to come and vent it. This is his place to speak about it. And I get a lot of anxiety in stuff about things in life, and now I speak about it. Whereas before I'd hold it in, and it's awful. So if he's got that feeling where it's, what more can he do other than speak about it? But honestly, I feel to get stressed about not signing Longstaff right now when it's them that's rejected the bid. I just think it's a bit mad, because what are we supposed to do? Offer 20 million quid for Longstaff, 25 million quid, It looked like it had been accepted before. It's a blow. I understand why people might be deflated if they really wanted him, but there's no need to lose his head. No need to lose his head. Oh, we link with Stack. Maybe we're only ever going to get one of them. We're rumoured we might get them both. Maybe we're only ever going to get one. And I'm sure if I spoke to Joe now, who would you rather have, Stack or Longstaff? He'd pick Stack. And I know the different players, but there's nothing saying we were going for both. So we'll have to see but I ain't going to lose my head over not getting Longstaff, and I rate Longstaff, but it's not worth losing my head over. Yeah, I agree, mate. It'd be nice to clear his decks so we know who's not going to be here next season, which would be good. Sunderland are not on our level. I don't think so. 24 points last season says otherwise. Sorry, says that, agrees with that. But they're doing bits to get close to us, Philip. You can't be blind to that. They're doing bits to get close to us. And fair play. Their business right now is better than Leeds United's. But as it closed the gap, we bought 4 players in that I think are decent players. I'm happy with the players we brought in. I don't not rate any of them. Not big money signings, not shiny signings, just fair dues, decent players that will come in and do a job. They bought shiny new toys, all singing, all dancing, young players, big fees, high ceilings, great potential. Maybe they work, maybe they don't. But I still think we're ahead of Sunderland. But we're in competition with many more sides than just Sunderland, so it is what it is. I ain't got a clue, mate. I'm skipping a lot today, though, because I've got to try and get through these. We've just escaped the division of Yorkie derbies. We need to think bigger than mini league rivals. Yeah, I agree, but there's some big ones to come this season, my friend. Big ones. Richard, with regards to a striker, I think Callum Wilson is a good choice for us. Fitness is the issue. Do you know why I don't think he is? If we hadn't signed a Metcher, I would say yes. But I think Pirro, Metcher and Callum Wilson, I don't think that's good enough. I think we need a big money. And like I said, it's not all about money, but 1 or 2 positions need to be, maybe have to be. And I think we need a statement 9. I think Callum Wilson were dead in the water when we signed the Metcher. The Metcher was that gamble for me with his injury. His last season, didn't play many minutes last season. You can't have Bamford potentially still on books, Callum Wilson and a Metcher. That's too risky. And I think Metch's past it now. I genuinely think he'll be okay. For minutes he'll play at Leeds, he'll do well. But I just think we've got to aim bigger than Callum Wilson, mate. We've got to. If we're talking Carlsberg doing relegation, Scum, Wolves and Burnley. I think the rest of the transfer market goes tits up. It started this evening. Nah, John. Be positive, mate. Be positive. We've got this. Brentford could lose key players this season. And with a rookie manager, I've had it, mate. Brentford are done for me. Done. They are done. I still feel Isaac Schmick and Ramazani will be unfortunately overlooked. If Ramazani is overlooked again, I'll be gutted. I know Phillips in, and we disagree on Ramazani. We disagree on the Charlie Cresswell. Cresswell's going to bite us on arse as well. There's a possibility that at some point this season, if it don't go well, Farker's no longer at Leeds. A possibility. I'm not saying I want it to happen. Definitely don't want it to happen. I don't think it'll happen, but that could happen. And there's a possibility that Charlie Cresswell's going to move to the Premier League and potentially do really well and have a right kick on his career and play for England. And then you're left with a position where it was just your manager for a couple of years who didn't rate that player that now is a top player playing for England. It's annoying. That happens in football. And same with Ramazani. I think Ramazani is a top player. Currently, he starts on that left-hand side over Nonto for me. But we'll have to see. Hey up, Steve. Why people worried about what other sides are doing? We have our own agenda, and I find probably people look at other teams. It makes them panic about our team. Just look at what we're doing. We're doing shrewd business, smart signings, good value, and it'll be fine. Matty, who's your starting 11 in 10 days? Darlow, Goodmanson, Jacobiol, Bornau, Sam Byram. It's only friendly, by the way. Probably Bogle, to be fair, but I'd like to see Bornau play. I'd like to see Bornau and Biol play. They've got enough time in training to play with each other now. And and then midfield, it'd be Tanaka and Ampadu. Dan James on right, Ramazani on left. Nemetcha just behind Pirro. That's how I'd play against Scum. Hey up, Jamie, mate. I don't hate Harrison. I just don't rate him, and for that reason, want him moved on. And that's a very sensible way to put it, mate. Fair play, Jamie. Fair play, buddy. Hope you're well, mate. I hope you're looking forward to Stockholm, you bugger. And if you have to Dublin, we'll have to meet up for a pint, mate. That Manchester lot are a real mess at the minute. They can't even get players in or out. Sorry for going on about them. It's fine, mate. It's fine, mate. Yeah, I will do, buddy. I will do, mate. I need to watch his video, but to be fair, yeah. I'll have to tell him he's been spoke about more in my chat tonight than bleeding the Longstaff. Should I put a picture of just Joe on thumbnail, shouldn't I? Ah, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to kicking out with him on Saturday. I keep saying Sunday, on Saturday. 100% on the squeeze, Matty. If we walk from Longstaff, that surely shows that we're not going to be walked to. Yeah, I think sometimes in life you've just got to set that bar, haven't you, and be like, now that's it. Everybody knows now that if we go in again, we're pushing beyond what we thought. We said it's his final offer. There's our third and final offer. If you start backtracking, you're showing a weakness there. So I don't mind us just walking away now. Is there any interest? No, I haven't seen out in Mitrovic, mate. Yeah, I'm not sure. It says 70 odd earlier. Let's get Mike up to 100 likes. Yeah, that'd be great, please, if possible. If not, it's fine too. Big love, Matty, you legend. Cheers. I hope you're well, mate. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. On a mission now. I do wonder if Farker just wanted to stick with a winning team regardless last season, and that he'll be more inclined to rotate this year. So Ramazan and Schmidt might play more. I think Schmidt might go out and loan me. Just been mentioning he wants play more minutes for World Cup year. I think Ramazani will play more minutes. I just think quality can't get overlooked for too long. He didn't play many minutes. If he gets windy, he's going to play. He'll probably want to move on himself even now, because for me, he should be playing football, Ramazani. And he's my one to watch. If he plays big minutes, he's my one to watch this season. I think he'll prove a lot of people. I feel like people have forgotten how good he was. Genuinely, in my opinion, if Ramazani hadn't been injured against Watford, Solomon would have been the bench option most of the season. I believe that. Ramazani was the best player for the opening, 4, 5, 6 games. And I thought, chuffing hell, what have we signed here? And I don't think Solomon had got him. And people say, of course, he would have been better than Ramazani. But that's recency bias. Ramazani were class. There'd have been no reason to take Ramazani out had he not get injured. And he would have carried on for me scoring goals and assisting for fun. He looked brilliant. Hi, Matt. I've been on my jollies, back watching your great vids now. If Stack comes in, Ampadu had better get used to warming. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I don't see him warming bench, but I don't see Stack and Tanaka not playing. This is what we want, Bob. And I hope you had a good holiday, mate. I hope you went somewhere nice. And if you didn't go anywhere nice and hot, and you were local, it's still bloody hot over here. But I hope you had a good time. Recharge those batteries, mate. And thanks for that comment. You're a legend. Matty, we saying he isn't staying, but how do we know Farker hasn't said he wants him to stay? It's just for the fans saying, yeah, maybe, mate. Like I say, I can see value in Jack Harrison in Farker's eyes, 100%. I could see it. You know, we're in about the Shrew business we've done. Some people are not happy with the business we've done. Jack Harrison, we need a left winger. We need a second left winger. Jack Harrison's there, free of charge. You know, paying his wages, it's already there. The players in the building. I can see why they do it. I just hope he doesn't. Like the video, Matty. Good on you, bro, and good night, everyone. Work in the morning. See you soon. Longstaff will be a Leeds player tomorrow. Nah. Might get accepted tomorrow if we're going again. Yeah, cheers, Philip, mate. You're a legend. See you soon, buddy. How much does it cost to hit the like button? Is it expensive? Yes, very expensive. It's free. Mate, honestly, BMG, I proper melt. I am a proper honestly, mate, genuinely. I'm not what you think at all. I went out with, obviously, my son plays football now for Allerton Bywater Miners, and we've got a great group of parents down there. We get on like house on fire. I've never met a group and just instantly just got on. All parents, it's class. So I went out for my birthday weekend. Went for bottomless brunch, right? And I only went out with only 3 couples. It's the missus' birthday in a month, and there's about 12 of us going out then, but it was a bit rushed with my birthday in terms of planning. But went out and bottomless brunch. There were one beer. I can't remember what brand it was, but there was one beer for men. And then it obviously had hot cocktails and other drinks that the ladies will probably go for. And I drank about 13 or 14 woo-woos. And the ladies who were there were like 6 foot, 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", they were saying. Big lad, tattoos, outspoken, says his mind, and you're drinking bloody woo-woos. And then we went to Pop World, and I'm dancing around to all sorts, Grease Mega Mix and all that stuff. I'm just, yeah, mate, I were really good in school, really well behaved, never got expelled, never got detentions, struggled, but got through, looking after my little brother, who got bullied a lot, 4 years younger than me, fighting these battles, but yeah, I was always just a good lad, mate. And I'm a little bit of a weird one. I'm not what you expect in terms of just what I look like to my personality, really. I'm just, yeah, I'm a bit of an oddball, but I've got a good heart, I know that much. But yeah, honestly, I was too scared to get in trouble, mate. I've never smoked a cigarette. I've never done a drug. I don't massively drink. Boring, aren't I? Fucking boring, am I? Just Joe's the top lad, gets my full support. I think everyone supports him. We're just taking the piss. Yeah, everyone loves Joe, man. Fucking hell, he has 1,000 people in his lives, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are, mate. They're making moves. They're giving it a good go out there. They're giving it a good go. I really think we will sign better as R9. It's gone so quiet that though, hasn't it? But maybe we'll pop up and do that, yeah. I agree with Wilson or Metcher. Yeah, I agree, mate. I think it's where you got to look at it. I think it's one or the other. You know, a Metcher I'd not heard of. I was expecting us to have a Wilson potentially as that third striker who could potentially push beyond that if he were fit. Which now I think Metcher's got that jersey. So now I think, now I think we'll get a top draw play for that. Down Solomon and Thorp, who knocks a good 10 or 15 points off that Sunderland 24 lead, in my opinion, point lead. You think Sunderland is 24 points in front of us now? Or have I read that wrong, mate? I'm a little bit slack, you know that. I'd like to see Schmidt start. Yeah, me too, mate, to be fair. It's one of them. I think there'll be a few, I don't think it'll be our strongest side. It'll be close to. I think there'll be a few little tweaks in there. But I really do want to beat them, so I hope they just go all out, really. Goodmanson, number 1 left back. Yeah, he will be, mate. I think Goodmanson starts on left. I think they may play Byron on right over Bogle in a friendly. Get the likes up to 100, guys. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, very true, mate. We have. It's on 82 likes now. Yeah, thanks so much, man, for pushing. I love you, man. Thanks for pushing. We've re-signed Byram, yet Schmidt, who has become a regular starter for the Swiss national side recently, has played in the wrong position by far. Anyone else think this is odd? Very odd, Mr. Anthorp. Very odd. I don't understand him coming on in midfield and on wing when he's a fullback by trade. Both sides. Yeah, I don't understand it. Is he going to be our second and third choice fullback? Maybe, but we didn't see that last season. But that's what really annoyed me with the Ramazani situation last season. When Ramazani sat on the bench, should have had more minutes, couldn't get minutes, and he was picking Schmidt over Ramazani. That was just odd. It was so odd. If we get Matty to 100 likes, I will wear my Fark out Mankini on my next video. Oh my God, Sean, that is wild, mate. Please stop at 99 likes. If I get 99 likes, please stop. I'm on a joking, Sean. Oh, good here, Matty. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Rush. You too, my friend. You too. Chris Thompson, MOT. Hey up, son. Why I thought coming across has been upset after Longstaff been rejected. I don't get it. He's got Premier League experience only. He made more mistakes than not. He's a cup player. I think he's all right for us, mate, as a newly promoted side. But 100%, mate, we shouldn't be losing our head over not signing Longstaff. It's not that deep. It ain't that deep. Newcastle can reject what they want. Is their player. Is it a little bit low? You maybe don't think so. I think 10 million, you can sign some shite for 10 million. I think he's better than that. But if that's all we're willing to pay, you walk away, Chris, and you go get someone else, don't you? So I don't see the upset. It's not deadline day. We haven't put money in and it rejected an hour before the window. We're all panicking, saying, weeks left, months left. We're fine. Yeah, right. And Ramazani, he started and finished the season well and got a few opportunities in between. He'd probably have kept his place. I believe so, because Farker doesn't change if it's working. And up to getting injured at Watford, he was our best player. So why would he have changed it? I know how good Solomon is, but for me, Ramazani is that good. But Ramazani didn't get the opportunity to play because Solomon were playing so well. So if he'd never been injured, I don't think we'd have had a chance to see Solomon consistently enough to see that. So have to see. What's your view on us signing? I think that yeah, a great signing again, Ian. I can't say nothing bad about Sunderland's business, other than the AFCON stuff, which seems like I'm clutching at straws. Other than you may have been paying over the odds. What I'll say is you're consistently blowing all the other teams out the water in terms of every day. Bang, done. Player, done. Player link, done. We're linked with a player. It's rumbling on a bit. We've had a couple come out of nowhere, but they're not massive, exciting signings, which is making our fan base a little bit worried. But yeah, you're doing your business, mate. Great signing for you. Great signing for you. Yeah, it was, mate. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, mate, I didn't even think Joe had ever used late night Leeds. I know Connor. I'll just clear this up now. I think Connor did 2 shows or 3 shows called Late Night Leeds about 3 or 4 years ago. You maybe correct me. I think Joe has never, I don't think, because I even looked yesterday, back 4 years. I don't think Joe's ever used Late Night Leeds on a thumbnail or Late Night Leeds in a title. I don't think. I may be wrong with that. I'm sure if I am, someone will find it. He's used the term Late Night Leeds, I'm sure. When you speak about Leeds United late at night, it rolls off the tongue. Oh, it's a Late Night Leeds. That's fine. I mentioned it to Joe mainly on the basis that somebody told me that Joe used it before, but I couldn't find it. I mentioned it with Connor. Connor used it once or twice. Nobody was using it currently. No one's got patented. No, just like this. I come live at 10 o'clock. There's no one ever live at 10 o'clock. I've sort of grown a great community coming on at 10 o'clock. I do lives at an hour and 45. I bring everyone's comment up. It's my thing. Now, a lot of people bring every comment up. A lot of people bring every comment up who didn't used to. Joe's gone live at 10. Anyone can do what they want. Late Night Leeds now, through Adam, has got great branding. It's a great show. It's my favourite show. Me, Adam and Sean, I believe, do it as good as anybody else as a trio, and I don't blow me on trumpet lightly. I don't think I'm great at this at all. But as a three, because of my 2 best mates in scene, we smash it every Friday when we go live, and we do really well, and I'm dead proud of that show. And I think if anybody else comes in now, even if they've used it before and uses Late Night Leeds as a title, and I think it would bother me. I'll be honest with you, I ain't going to lie, it'd bother me. Especially if they've got a wider audience that watch, because that's my sort of like my little baby is that, and I really want to protect Late Night Leeds and build on it. And with Adam and Sean's, help as well, we want to make that even bigger and better this season. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it is just a chat at night about Leeds. You could say this is Late Night Leeds because it is to a degree, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I love Joe. I chat. If I've got an idea, I'll have a chat with Joe about it, and he can guide me. And he don't mind helping me out. Some people don't like helping others out. Some people don't want to see others do well. Yeah, and we're all in this space, and sometimes there's a bit of animosity. Sometimes, it's not always sunshines and rainbows. Sometimes people treading each other's toes. What I'll say is my sort of view is with Joe. If I've got something in mind, I'll go speak to him about it. If I've got anything I want to, what do you think of this? And he'll let me know. So he's been really approachable with stuff, and that's one of the things we definitely spoke about. He was sound about it, and he told me go for it, man. Go for it. So we did, and it's proved out to be a good show, man. Doesn't fancy him. I think it's a bit mad. The manager sacked, not sure. Yeah, don't want to bloody sack. Sod that, mate. Love talking about Leeds, but definitely going to sleep now. Good night, Philip. I bet you're in a comment further down. No, because I don't think Leeds will put a fourth bid in. I don't. I want, mate, honestly. I do need to get out more, honestly. Sheltered life, me, mate. Proper sheltered life. No, normal, whatever that is, pal. Normal, whatever that is. Nice one, mate. Thank you. You like the kid from Kez? Good-hearted, keep people safe under your wing. Yeah, nice comment, that. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I love that film. Love that film. Let Sam Byron be captain in Sweden. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Nice touch. Smash those likes. Cheers, Danny, mate. I think Smith is a bit of a Swiss Army knife. Yeah, I do. A Swiss Dallas. I couldn't think of his name then. Bloody hell. A Swiss Dallas knife. Who is the top striker you want, mate? If I'm honest, mate, I'm not going to pull anyone out of the bag who we're not already linked with. I want Milenkovic Savic as a goalkeeper. I know that's not what you've asked. I'm happy with that. I want Muniz as striker. I think the players we're linked with in the positions we currently want are the players I would go for. I aren't knowledgeable enough of other leagues, mate, to pull a striker out and go, there's this player, I'm not. I like Muniz. I like watching him at Fulham. He did well in games he played, which weren't much. I think he'd be a great addition to Leeds, so I would say Muniz, mate, but it seems a bit lazy because we're linked with him. Longstaff isn't have. Yeah, I get that, mate. I do get that, but I do think 10 to 15 million is what you'd pay for an average Premier League player with experience who's played in Champions League. I think 10 to 15 is not a bad price for one of them. David Allen, night, Matty, great show and content. See you soon. Cheers, David, man, you legend. Thank you. I'd honestly not be surprised to see one or two signings arrive out of nowhere. Beal and Goodmanson dragged on it. Yeah, they're the only two that dragged on. The other two came like that, didn't they? So, yeah. To be fair, Joe, he's probably done more to get LUFC content creators together than anyone, 100%. He has the one who started getting the others on the show. Yeah, if it weren't for Joe, mate, I wouldn't have 2,600 subscribers now. I only do this because of Joe. Like, I went on a Just Joe fan phoning show with him and JT nearly 10 months ago. And they said I did good, and I got confidence from it, and I started my own channel the day after. Then I went on again, told him I got a channel, shouted out, I got 30 or 40 subs in the first couple of days, and he got me straight on his show every week. I did Final Word from having a channel with no subscribers. I did Final Word every week for about 4 or 5 months until he had a bit of a reshuffle, and he didn't ask me on anymore. So yeah, he does. He's got like his section of YouTube and great people who have sort of been able to build a great channel themselves based on being friends with Joe and going on Joe's channel, and he helps us all out 100% more than anybody has done. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to change the thumbnail to just Joe. Durana's gone on loan from Saudi, so maybe. Imagine Mitrovic. Imagine. Bash Bates, I see this as the light-hearted channel. This community never fails to make me laugh. I love that, mate. Love that. I think you did, Aina. I think you did. And you know what it is, mate, right? I always think of you, Aina, halfway through a show, every single time, yeah, thinking he'll be watching now, but he hasn't commented. And then at the end of it, you always comment. I love that. I love that. Sometimes you just want to sit back and listen, don't you? But yeah, I really appreciate that. So I think he had around 40 to 50 people in while Joe were doing his live, which I'll be honest with you, I'm see through me. I say it as it is. I was a little bit gutted when I set the thumbnail and I clicked go and I looked and Joe were going live at the same time, I was like, oh, I almost didn't do it, but I need to just do me. I need to just do me. I've been getting 140, 150 people on my live for the last 2 or 3, and that has absolutely blown my socks off, and I couldn't believe it was happening to me. I was like, wow, where's this come from? And it's just happened all of a sudden, and I'm really buzzing. It's hard then to then come live and see you have 20 or 30 in building, even though I'm so grateful because that meant 20 or 30 people were watching me, you know, over going to watch Joe. But it's hard to make that adjustment mentally, you know, whenever you're doing well to rein it back in. But to have like 50 people while Joe were live today, I'm buzzing. And then obviously as it's ended, I've ended up with 120 at times tonight. So the fact that I'm doing these numbers now consistently, down to hard work, but down to the connection I have with you guys. And, you know, I'm just a normal guy, and you appreciate everything I do, and I appreciate everything you do. And absolutely love my community. You are all absolute legends. I am absolutely chuffing knackered. But yeah, thanks so much, honestly. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please stick a like on, please subscribe. And if you haven't already, if you haven't seen them, and I'm not one for forcing stuff on people, but I have made some t-shirts. I've got IMBL clothing line. I've got 5 t-shirts. Please check them out. The link is in the description. Have a look. See what you think of the designs. The Creators Cup's coming up a week on Sunday. If you order now, you'll get a t-shirt by then. Imagine that supporting. Imagine Not Being Leeds while I'm playing it there. So either way, it's there. Take a gander at them in the link. Love you all, man. Thank you. And yeah, there's some links in the chat. Please check out the few. There's Sean's. Listen, you don't have much to say, really. No, it's fine. I know the fact that you don't need to chime in, just listen to me talking means a lot. Russ Vernon, love your channel. Love watching your channel, Matty. Your content and shows have been nothing short of brilliant. Keep up good work. Love you, mate. Love you too, Bonnie. Thank you. Are you on Wacko? I just joined and comments are next level. Some are really hilarious. I am, mate, but I'll be honest with you, BMG. I joined it about a month ago, and I don't understand the format of a forum. Like, I don't really get what I'm looking at. I'm on it, but I don't really look at it much. I've got a mate, Mike, who's a member, who's in WhatsApp group, and he's on Wacko, and anything that drops on there we know by, so I don't have to look. Thanks again, Sean. Please check out the links in chat. Mighty good things happen to good people, and you're one of the best. Thanks, Bob, man. You're a legend. 150 on a live is impressive, but after 24 hours, those numbers are 1,000. I know. I'm glad you went live tonight. It's been another great chat. Yeah, cheers. You know me, I had a lot to say tonight, but I just get in with chat and just get through with you guys. Class. Great show as always, mate. Thank you. Brookie, love you, man. Thanks, buddy. Must be hard talking to a Black Mirror. Hats off to anyone who does it. So much variety to watch on these. Got so much content out there. But you know what it is? If you connect with a person, if you think the person's someone you could sit and have a pint with and someone you'd like in everyday life, and I think I'm relatable. I think I am that. You know, I work on a building site. You see me at work. We chat about Leeds, and I'd forget I'm working on price, and I shouldn't be chatting because I've got money to earn. But you know, I'm just one of them. And I think when you connect with someone and you think, oh, it'd be nice to see us them at Elland Road and have a natter. That's what I'm like. And I watch the content creators I watch. I watch them based on how I feel about the person, not even about what they speak about and how they speak about it. If I like you, I can buy into what you're saying. But if I'm honest, I don't watch as much content now because I'm busy with this and busy with work and kids and stuff. And obviously, I don't like to get sort of like I don't like my train of thought to go down theirs. But you all know what I like, and I do watch them. I've watched a little bit today. We're driving. I've been in Runcorn today doing a bit of work, so I had a bit of time in car. But yeah, does it give you a bit of confidence knowing there are a lot of teams in the league who have gotten weaker so far in the window? Yeah, it does, Daniel. It does. There's a few teams, Brentford being one of them, mate. 95 likes. Can we get Matty to 100? Top channel, Matty. Well done, BMG. Yeah, thanks for all your comments today. It's been class. Good stuff, Matty. Cheers, Bash Bates. Great show, Matthew. Your favourite team, Castleford. Mate, shut up, man. I'm a Rhinos fan. Unless you're a Cast fan and you're going to unsubscribe, I'm a Cast fan. 5 away from Fark out Mankini. Well, you live to fight another day without Mankini. Thank you all so much. It's now Thursday. One more day from Friday. Take care, everyone. Love yous, man. Thank you.